Hi Sandra, how are you going today? What are we here for?
Hi James, thanks for asking. Today we're going to do a final inspection on a property. The property's vacant and the tenant's left. The tenant's not here today, so we could do it without the tenant. So we've just organised for a locksmith to change the locks and they'll be here a little bit later. So we're going into the property now to conduct the inspection. I've got with me the initial inspection, and we'll be comparing the condition of the property from the beginning of the tenancy to the end of the tenancy.
Okay, sounds great. So what are the key things that you should consider at an outgoing inspection, Sandra?
We're really here to gauge the condition of the property and make sure that the tenant has left the property in a suitable condition. While we're here, we will also make note of any maintenance that we may be able to do while the property is vacant. This property is scheduled for a paint, so we have arranged for a painter to come in. So we've told the tenant, don't worry too much about the walls, just give them a light clean. It has been tenanted for quite some time and due for a paint. So we'll start in the order of the inspection. The first thing on my list is the kitchen. So I'm going to start looking at the stove top. I have at the beginning of the tenancy that the stove top is good and clean. It's a gas 4-burner chef. So coming over here, I can see that all of the things on the stove that should be on the stove are intact. So I will mark this good and clean. And generally I put a tick on the comments if the comments are the same. The griller, gas, 1 pull-out tray and insert. So here we have a pull-out tray. It's got an insert in it. So that's all nice and clean as well. So I will write good clean and tick the comment. Oven, gas, 2 racks and 1 biscuit tray. Okay, so we've got 2 nice clean racks here, so that's fine. The oven's really clean. Generally feel the bottom and you can tell how clean the oven is and give it a feel on the top. So this one here, you can see that it's been cleaned really well. Everything's shiny and clean. I note that the biscuit tray doesn't happen to be in the stove. It may have been left behind or the tenants may have taken it. Because the biscuit tray was probably left by another tenant, I'm not too worried about that. So I'm going to tick that that oven is good and clean. Tick the 2 racks and I'll just put a cross through the biscuit tray. But we're not going to worry too much about the biscuit tray because it doesn't really make too much difference. Cupboards and drawers are next on my list. I have a walk-in pantry, rust stain on the door, wear and tear on the edges. So if I come to the pantry, I can see that there are a few chips on the edge of the pantry door. Everything's clean in here. We don't have the power on today, unfortunately, but that's fine. I can see quite well. The pantry's all clean, so no problem there.
So Sandra, you mentioned the power. As the tenant has already arranged their own disconnection, which is good that they've done that, I guess if we had any trades that we needed to come through while the property was vacant, we may have to arrange an interim power connection.
Yeah, sometimes that's the case. Other times you will find that tenants will leave the power on for us, but for things like vacuum cleaning, there's quite often the vacuum cleaner guys, the carpet cleaner guys do have generators as well. So it may be that they can bring in a generator. Sometimes we can get some hot water from the neighbours if it's a unit block such as this is, but yeah, it's more cost effective if you don't have to put the power back on. So try and work around that as best you can. If you feel that it's a necessity, if there's a lot of cleaning to do, maybe it might be something you can consider, but it is a good idea to discuss with the tenant that you'd like the power left on for a couple of days after end of tenancy in case there's cleaning to be done.
So you mentioned as well the internal paint before, so you would say it's a good idea to check your schedule for any upcoming planned maintenance, and why is it a good idea to get that done now?
Yeah, our planned maintenance, on the summary maintenance forms, we do have paint scheduled in so we can maintain the properties long term. It's always nice to do painting while the property is empty so we're not disturbing people. It's a lot quicker for the painter to get in and out and paint. So yeah, it's a necessity to check your summary maintenance form and see what maintenance might be due on the property. It may be that the property is due for an upgrade to wet areas or kitchen, so always good to get those things done during the vacancy period. So we'll just go through this form and tick it off as we've done in the kitchen area for the stove and the pantry. I'll continue through and we'll catch up a little bit later on when we go out to the backyard.